What's up, YouTube? I've been asked by my viewers on my stream to record my cooking process of Kraft Dinner. See, I make this a lot, and I've perfected the cooking technique of making Kraft Dinner, and I'm going to share those techniques with you guys right now. So, we have the box, just original, but it's delicious. Here's a tip for getting this thing open. You've got this little thing right here, right? I like to take a knife and just go boop. And just take your thumb, stick it in, punch a little hole, and then just tear the top off. And you just rip the top off real easy. Then you take everything out. Alright, and now we get water boiling or close to boiling. Doesn't really matter all that much. Close to boiling is actually probably even better than boiling. And it goes in the pot like that. Alright, now, step 2. I highly recommend adding in some oil. Either this is extra light tasting olive oil. So olive oil is probably best. Vegetable oil also works. And if you don't have either of those, even just a little bit of butter will also work. Just a little bit like that. So what this oil will do is it'll prevent the noodles from sticking together and cooking like unevenly. And get a stirring down. And just give her a nice little stir so that the oil coats around the noodles. Alright, and you want to give it a good stir like early. You don't just want to let the noodles like sit to the bottom of the pot and just like form into like a big mound of clumped together noodles. Get the oil in, give it a nice little light stir. Alright, and now we let it cook for about 5 minutes. Okay, no more, no less than 5 minutes, otherwise it'll be over or undercooked. And again, if you've got a pot of boiling water, 5 minutes might actually even overcook it, which is why close to boiling is pretty good as well. Okay? And then you guys will get the second part soon, the adding in of the additives and the mixing. Alright, we are now 5 minutes later into this cooking, and if you look at the noodles now, you can see that they've still got a little bit of brown to them, but they're not like totally white and falling apart. So this is what I like to have my noodles at, so they have some density to them, right, but they're not like hard, you know, and they're not just going to break apart instantly and turn into like a big pile of mush. Okay, so that's how the noodles are supposed to look. We get a strainer. And we strain them. Yeah, that's right, we strain the noodles. We don't just eat them straight out of the pot with water, because that would be disgusting. I wish I had 3 hands, because then I could handle this pot and do all this at once. Alright, strained, strained, strainy, strained. Give her a good strain. I don't like to get like all of the water out of it, because I still want the noodles to like not be completely stuck together, because they're all dry when I want to mix it up. Okay, put the noodles in. Okay. So, get our oil out of the way that we used earlier. Okay, so now, if you guys haven't actually read the box of Kraft Dinner, I had no idea about this until one of my French babysitters in like the 3rd grade actually read it to me, but it does recommend in here that you can use skim milk with the cheese sauce, and I definitely, if you're not using milk with this cheese sauce, then you're crazy. But also, you should add butter. Alright, I don't think it says on here to add butter anymore. Stovetop directions. Oh, there it is. Add 1 tablespoon of non-hydrogenated margarine and half a cup of skim milk to the cheese sauce. It's hard to see. It's hard to focus there. Anyways, it does call for it, so it is called for. And if you're not putting that in, you're missing out. So, I don't really have a whole lot of butter on that stick there, but this will be easier anyway, so you guys can see roughly how much I'm actually using. Alright, this is how I'm going to do this. Just open this up. See, this is why I need 3 hands. Or like a GoPro, and then I can just like strap the camera to my face or something. Okay. So we've got butter. So I would recommend putting in about... Oh, I like some better than mine. That's fine. If you like more butter than that, go for it. See that? It's like an inch, 2 inches of butter. Cool. Stick it in. Put in your cheese sauce. Mix it around. Give it a good thick mix and add in some milk too. I'll show you roughly how much milk I would put in. Okay. So we got butter in. I don't have the cheese sauce in yet, but that's alright. It's all going to the same place. Put in roughly about that much milk to start. Cheese sauce. I like to give it a couple of good slaps to get the cheese to the bottom. Slap it around. Show it who's boss. Tenderize it. Put her in. And then get our spoon. Alright, and you gotta mix it up while the butter is still, and the noodles are still fairly hot. God, I'm terrible at being a cameraman and cooking. This is why I need a cameraman. If anybody wants to volunteer for an unpaid job to be my cameraman, I'll take it. I know I'm not stirring this very well, but give this a good, nice stir until you can't see that blob of butter no more. And then sometimes even just because of the milk, because it cools it down, and it's been strained already, it's a little warm, or a little cold, so I like to stick it in the microwave and heat it up just a little bit. And then my personal preference, I like to add on some salt and ketchup. Salt, pepper, and ketchup, but whatever you guys like. And that is how you make good, delicious, creamy Kraft Dinner. See, the butter's barely melting now because it's getting warm. It's getting cold now. So, this will be going in the microwave for just about 20 seconds, 25 seconds, and then I'm coming downstairs and I'm going to eat it and play some Hearthstone. And that is how you make premium, but not fancy, Kraft Dinner. Alright guys, enjoy.